So I think that, do you remember when we were kids, every time it used to rain heavily, we used to wait for the schools to declare a holiday. But now in 2022, whenever it rained heavily, the kids, sadly, they waited for the Zoom link. So I think that technology has already paved its way into our education system. The key is that are we able to groom ourselves to use it to the optimum and to use it effectively. So we are diving into panel discussions which will revolve around the topic, what is hybrid learning model and how has it evolved, plus getting started to designing a hybrid learning course. So the panelists for the panel will be?
All right. So we have our moderator on stage, and it would be lovely for our moderator to take it over from here. So we invite Francis Joseph, sir, to please come up and, yes, continue.
Thank you so much. So what we felt is, since the topic is hybrid, we combined both the panels and made it hybrid. So we had got 2 panels, so it's going to be 1 panel now, just to save time. So let me invite first my colleague, 𝗟𝗶𝗸𝗲𝗲. Please come over. He's my colleague moderator. This is the hybrid model. 2 moderators together, please. Let me invite all the panelists. I'll start with the first one, Sandeepan Reddy. Please, the founder of director of Synergy Group of Schools. Sapna Agarwal. Can we have some background music so that they get inspired to come to the stage? Sapna Agarwal, Senior Principal, Radcliffe School, Kharghar. Is she there? Or she's got hybrid with? Okay, she's gone for lunch. Piker Seema, Principal, Shantiniketan Public School, Panvel. Yes, I heard you. And you really voiced today. Congratulations. Sanjay Nandi, Principal, Podar International School, Kalyan. Yes, sir. Nivedita Nayak, Principal, Jaya International School, Borivali. Yeah, please, ma'am. Next, we have Richa Kumar, Academic Director, Vidya School, Sanskriti, World School and Junior College, Palghar. Yeah, ma'am is here. Sahil Syed, Academic Head, EVA Group of Schools, Mumbai. Yeah, please. Mansi Motiram Vajay, Principal, Pratiksha Nagar, BMC Marathi School, Mumbai. Are you there, Mansi? Yeah, please, ma'am. Jigna Jagdish Koyani, Vice Principal, Radcliffe Group of Schools, Taloja. Thank you. Sanjay Chavan, Chief Technical Officer, Valuable Edutainment. Come on, let's just give them a clap and welcome them to the stage. Thank you for agreeing to make this a hybrid panel focused on hybrid learning. So I'll request 𝗟𝗶𝗸𝗲 to just share a context.
Thank you. I'll just set up the context without taking much of the time. We know the time is already crunched, and that's the reason we are in the hybrid mode. We have been talking a lot about hybrid. Pandemic has taught us. But unfortunately, no disrespect to the educators, but still, what is hybrid model? There are a lot of ambiguity. Everybody feel a bit of online, a bit of physical is hybrid. That's not the case. I hope you all will agree, right? I come from higher education. We have faced the same problem. We fought our own battle. I'm sure the school education segment is also struggling. I'm sure you are aware, but definitely we try to have very crisp conversation here. We want to touch upon the design aspect, we touch upon the instructional side, we touch upon the actual, because what is needed, what not to be needed, how to go ahead, I think something we would like to have the experts to talk. I think that's set up the context, very quick time, maybe a minute or 2 minutes, and because a lot of people are there, and we aim to finish it around 45 to 50 minutes. That set up the context perfectly. Just to give you one perspective, I was just having a talk with Francis outside that, I come from the sports management college, and sports teaches us learning from failure, what Nilesh was also talking. So if we are doing hybrid, this is a new thing. We have done something well. Obviously, we have done something wrong. So let's see what we have done wrong, and let's see how we can evolve. Perfect? Great. Okay.
Yeah. Hi, friends. This is Sanjay here. Hybrid is something which is the must in our life nowadays because we have gone through a very recent COVID scenario, and that may or may not occur. We don't know. But it was a quite long period. But yes, traditional teaching, yes, it is important. While it is doing the virtual, basically traditional and virtual, combining both becomes a hybrid, according to me. And what is important here is to have the proper technology, whether it is traditional or virtual in both. Traditional teacher increases the impact of the teacher because teacher is physically present over there. Virtually he is not there, but yes, the technology will definitely make an impression that the virtual teacher is also working along with him. So today, if we see who is the major consumer of the education, the major consumer is our kids, bachas, our children, the students, they are the consumers. So what they want, how they can learn, what is their interest, what is good mode or what is the better mode for them so that they can grasp it. If you see today's children, they are tech savvy. Everybody knows the mobile. Everybody knows how to operate the remotes of the television. I'm sure in your home also, your boys and girls or your children are more smarter than you while operating the digital gadgets. So why not to provide the digital content to them, whether it is traditional or whether it is a virtual, okay? Why not to have our traditional school also get upgraded with the better technology like LMS, have the learning management system, have the better engaging content getting operated in the classroom. So that, because the children, they may not have to go through the same monotonous process of the teaching or the learning. They will see the major changes, the variability, which will attract them for the learning. And what will help over there is the better technology. So have the better content. I feel better LMS, better in terms of virtual, give them a better quality of the teacher, better audio video presentation. There are the basic problem of the virtual classroom or the virtual education is the connectivity. So the technologies we have to bring and overcome this kind of a challenge. Today now the 5G is coming up. There is a satellite which can reach to any valley or any mountain where even the mobile doesn't work, but the satellite will work. So let's have those kind of connectivity to bring those technology. I think this is what will bring the hybrid model and really will make it successful. This is my view.
Thank you, sir. Yeah, over to you, sir. We can go quick
afternoon.
Thoughts.
I am again Sanjay, both the Sanjay sitting together, Sanjay Nandi. The hybrid situation or hybrid curriculum or technological upgrades suddenly emerged in March 2020. Due to the lockdown, when physical schools got cancelled due to the COVID situation, then suddenly probably hybrid situation emerged in a bigger aspect. Before that, probably few higher education institutes, they have remote campuses, used to have hybrid learning. The school level, probably it was by force we supposed to go towards the hybrid curriculum because COVID make everything stack, closed in one room. In my perspective, in future or at present, when we are having curriculum in school, plus sometime we are online with student, that would be the blended part of curriculum development plus perfect implementation of technology in beyond classroom. Taking it forwards, in future, what would be? It is very difficult to predict. But definitely, when a new technology emerge, definitely some percentage it will definitely remain in our curriculum, in our student environment, where students are more native for technology. Keeping it further, like the teacher's role will be more important. initially teachers used to manage the classroom. Now in blended learning, they used to manage classroom as well as the online platform, where initially they probably face a lot of difficulty. But again, the real role of the teacher will be more crucial, because in that aspect, teachers should be a role model for children to manage their personal touch, their individual requirement and care, and even setting their individual goal, even in hybrid environment, will be need to be taken care by teachers only. Pandemic given a lesson that except teachers, nobody understands student better. Even sometimes parents are busy, so teachers' role will be more important in that case for hybrid environment or learning platform. Over to my colleagues.
Thank you. I just want to add a little bit. Let's get a little bit more deeper, because I think once we understand hybrid learning, I think we might say the same thing. I think we have to understand that the way schools were operating is changing, right? There was a time when we used to get our children all inside the classroom, lock them inside, nail them to a bench and start teaching. Then slowly, the boards and every system started saying that take the children out, connect them to real life. So we started connecting them to real life. Then suddenly COVID came, we understood technology. The children came out of the classroom to the ground back to their bedroom, right? And children are now inside the bedroom and we are sitting in the school and teaching. So this is evolving, right? And slowly and steadily, the children have understood the luxuries of sitting in their house. Parents have understood the luxury. Even teachers have understood. I remember after COVID, it was very hard to get a teacher to a classroom because she was comfortable. She could cook in the morning. She could take one lecture, go back, take care of her children, So are we seeing the model totally changing? Is the bigger question. Is the model changing of teaching children in schools? Will the future timetable will include children coming to school, certain times going back home, learning certain subjects? We have spoken about flipped classrooms. All these kind of concepts have been moving around. But is the model changing? If the model changes, will they replace the current model where schools are just teaching children inside the classroom? Is the model changing? So that's my next question, which I want to, let's go more deeper. Yeah, ma'am.
हेलो माय नेम इज़ डॉक्टर पैकर सीमाव एंड जो सर का क्वेश्चन था, मैं आप लोगों से एक क्वेश्चन करना चाहती हूँ कि हम सब लोग किस चीज़ की तलाश में रहते हैं हमेशा? व्हाट वी नीड एज ए प्रिंसिपल और एज एनीबडी, वी ऑल वांट सक्सेस, राइट? करेक्ट, सक्सेस एंड मनी. और अगर हम सक्सेस को चाहते हैं डिफाइन करें तो इसके लिए हमें 3 चीज़ों की ज़रूरत होती है: नॉलेज, एटीट्यूड एंड स्किल. करेक्ट. और अगर बात करते हैं लर्निंग स्टाइल की, तो आप सब लोगों ने ब्लूम टैक्सोनॉमी पढ़ी होगी. उसमें आपके 3 आते हैं लर्निंग पैरामीटर्स: कॉग्निटिव, असर्टिव एंड साइकोमोटर. कॉग्निटिव आपका आता है आपका रिलेटेड है नॉलेज से, असर्टिव आपका आता है एटीट्यूड में, और आपका जो ये आता है लास्ट वन साइकोमोटर, वो आपका स्किल में आता है. अगर अभी आप बात कर रहे हैं हाइब्रिड लर्निंग की, इसमें हमारे 2 पैरामीटर्स तो ये सेटिस्फाई कर रहा है. नंबर 1 कॉग्निटिव, सेकंड असर्टिव. थर्ड वाला क्या ये आपका सेटिस्फाई कर रहा है? साइकोमोटर. ये शायद नहीं करता है काफ़ी हद तक. और अगर स्किल ही नहीं होगी तो बताइए हमारे ऐसी पढ़ाई का क्या फ़ायदा अगर हम एम्प्लॉयमेंट डेवलप नहीं कर पाते हैं. For sure, if we just 1 minute, as an educationist, I don't appreciate 100% the hybrid learning style.
100% online.
Yeah,
you don't prefer 100% online. Hybrid is a mixture.
नहीं, actually hybrid तो कोविड के काफ़ी बाद आया है. कोविड में तो पहले हमारे पास 3 चीज़ें थी. आपका नंबर 1 सिंक्रोनस था. सेकंड नंबर 1 आपका था, अगर हम बात करते हैं आपके रिमोट टाउन्स की, वहाँ पर स्कूल पार्शियली ओपन थे. फिर आपका 9th से लेकर 12th तक बिफोर द एग्ज़ाम्स गवर्नमेंट ने स्कूल खोले आपके रोटेशनल बेसिस पे आफ्टर द वैक्सीनेशन. तो इन तीनों के बाद जो जुड़कर एक आपका इंस्ट्रूमेंट आया, उसको आप बोल सकते हो हाइब्रिड लर्निंग.
So there are many meanings how we interpret hybrid. Your is another perspective. Yeah, so I mean, I appreciate your perspectives. Can I move?
Yeah, sure.
I'll just add on a point.
Yeah, please.
Just a second, sir. With all due respect, we are talking that hybrid has come post-pandemic. which is not the case.
Yes.
I'll tell you the fact, and the reality is it was already there. Just to give you a fact and figure that in 2013, Google did a pilot. I was very fortunate to part of that research study. Google did a pilot on the impact of technology and education exclusively on the hybrid learning on a combination of physical and online. And they exactly mapped their learning with what you said to the Bloom's taxonomy. There are a lot of things like, we talk about slow learner, different type of learner we have. Now, the study showed that the impact differs on different types of students.
Yeah.
But when we start hybrid learning, we assume that we are using technology, then it's going to be beneficial. It's not the case for every student. We are only trying to implement as a blanket. We never think that what are the types of students, what is the mapping to be done, whether he is actually getting positively impacted or he is actually getting confused. So hybrid was already there. Just to give you a fact.
it causes isolation also.
Pardon?
ये आपको isolate भी कर रहा है कहीं ना कहीं.
Perfect. That is exactly what I'm saying. Hybrid was already there. So there was a research study happened on it.
Can we say one thing, that online, no matter we did very good, but we understand that the kind of learning loss it has created, better than no school, online was better, but the kind of learning loss it created was huge. Right? Online created.
It is.
Right?
It is. It is.
But today, I was giving an example of Delhi due to smog, right? Children at least have an option today going back home and still continuing, right? So there are pluses in every challenge which we face. But we really understand that social emotional learning is... So, of course, for differentiation, it really helps, because a teacher, to understand 40 children, if she starts using technology tools, she can go more deeper so that she can strengthen her lessons. Yeah, it's a longer discussion. I want to invite Reddy. Yeah.
Yeah, good afternoon. My name is Sandipan Reddy. I come from a small town, and we have schools in small town like 𝗟𝗻𝗻𝗲. And what Francis said is, yes, this is a disruption in learnings. And this is a disruption in learnings for scaling up education. Like, there is challenges for everyone, for resources. Resources, getting to a small town is very difficult. But with the hybrid learning, now post-pandemic also, we have got good resources where they sit in Pune, but they teach in a small town. And this scalability and what we talk about technology, that is the first thing I would say. The future of is hybrid learning to scale up education and actually use the VAC learning systems, where it is going to help the last leg of the society.
Yeah, I think we could scale good teachers and send them to smaller towns, which is a big boon. Yes, please, ma'am. Yeah, over to you.
Nivedita Naik here. As Francis sir, as you said, that hybrid learning is a loss. Online learning has been a loss for our kids, which I do agree. And I feel that, yes, hybrid learning for the 21st century students, today our kids are more interested into technology, and we do have, animated links and everything for children. So what I feel is only online, and it has to be a hybrid, a human touch should be not left out. We are working with, we should not forget that we are working not with machines, but humans. So hybrid learning, yes, it helps. And even the technologies which we should use, because which is what today's students want, and it helps in better learning. And as he said, in remote areas, also, online hybrid learning helps, and even for absenteeisms. But still, I have seen even my kid, if we ask today, she says that, yes, I would like to sit at home and study at my own pace. So, yet I feel there should be a blended learning, not only traditional or not only online learning.
Sure, ma'am. Thank you. Over to you, ma'am.
I think, 𝗟𝗻𝗲, I would second what Francis was talking, that, rather than having a debate whether it was right or wrong, we really expect some deeper talk. If yes, how
Yes.
If no, why?
Very,
What can be the right one?
Very rightly said. That was going on in my mind.
Perfect.
Myself, 𝗟𝗶𝗸𝗲 Kumar, Director, 𝗙liche World School, Boisar. Hybrid learning, the new future of education. How to optimize the utility of this hybrid learning is what we all educators are thinking on. During the pandemic, we have seen that we were given only 4 periods. And during that 4 period, we were told, you have to complete the portion. I will tell that the hybrid learning was a very great support that after the 4 period, my students who were interested were able to form a group, discuss, connect emotionally with the teacher, connect with the information, gain the knowledge, and come back ready in the classroom for a presentation in the 45 minutes that they had. So teacher was able to plan the things very beautifully. That was the benefit of the hybrid learning. Teacher training was another very beautiful gift that I would say COVID-19 has given, wherein a platform where teacher is using her time to upgrade her skills. Teacher is sitting on an assessment sheet to acknowledge what she has gained. Parent busy with their schedules are able to connect with the school, with the teacher, with the student also, and share the grievances or the problems and solve the issue at hand and immediately get a solution. Otherwise, in a regular school, a principal is thoroughly busy with everyday administration. The parent has to wait, has to take up appointment and get in. Here, even if she is in the office or he is in the office, he can connect and the problem is resolved. So these are some of the benefits of hybrid learning. Students also, I find that they have found it very interesting where they have, checked on their creativity, their expressions, their own research. Beautiful research projects we got, sir, during the COVID. And this is where I feel that hybrid learning will help us evolve in the learning. And one last thing is the students where we are seeing the learning gaps widening. This is an opportunity which we educators should take, where those children who actually need that time of the teacher should be getting it through the hybrid model so that their learning issues can be reduced, if not eliminated, and the other children, those who want to upgrade themselves, can do that, so that everybody doesn't waste time in a regular classroom for the same thing. Thank you so much.
And I just want to add one more context here. I know that COVID pushed us to online teaching and this hybrid model came in. But we have to also understand when the learner was suffering during COVID, right? There was one immediate need of bringing food on the table, right? That a lot of times, a lot of schools also got into ensuring that they are not just bringing learning on the table, but also food on the table. I don't know how many of you are from Bombay, just raise your hands. And how many of you, unfortunately, were infected with COVID during, when we got infected with COVID, we used to get a call from BMC. You know who was calling you? Amar Singh, jara idhar aa jao. He is one of our principal. You won't believe that was a teacher of a school. Did you know that? Yeah, so he's one of the principal of a municipal school. I wanted to just ask him what are the kind of challenges. Of course, we are talking about, come. I want to give a voice to people who also, besides looking into online and hybrid, also did, you can share.
Sir, Namaste. I am 𝗟𝗶𝗸𝗲, Barvinagar Municipal Secondary School. Actually, this is very nice program for all teachers and institutes. But what are the problems and how can we solve it in pandemic? पेंडेमिक में मुंबई महापालिका ने इतना काम किया कि हम लोगों ने 40 चैनल चलाए. 40 चैनल्स 1st to 10th और 4 लैंग्वेज में, मराठी, हिंदी, इंग्लिश और उर्दू. और उनका एक नोडल ऑफिसर होता था, 1st का, 2nd का, 3rd का. वैसे मैं 10th का नोडल ऑफिसर था. और पूरे महाराष्ट्र में हम लोग बच्चों को हर दिन 300 बच्चे मेरे साथ जुड़ते थे. मैं प्लानिंग करता था बच्चों का, टीचर्स का. सुबह 7 बजे से 1 बजे तक हमारे पीरियड्स होते थे. खाली बीएमसी के लिए नहीं, पूरे महाराष्ट्र के लिए काम किया, पूरे महाराष्ट्र के लिए. और इतने अच्छे फीडबैक्स है मेरे पास. कोल्हापुर, सांगली, सातारा, बीड, यहाँ से बच्चे, उनके पास कोई टीचर नहीं था, कोई पढ़ाने वाला नहीं था. वो सब बच्चों के फीडबैक्स हमारे पास लेटर के साथ है. उसके साथ में हम लोगों ने डॉक्टर्स, इंजीनियर्स, एनजीओज, इनको भी लाए थे. ये सब होने के बावजूद जिन बच्चों के पास मोबाइल नहीं था, ऐसे बच्चों के घर में हम लोग विजिट करते थे. टीचर्स विजिट करते थे, गार्डन्स में पढ़ाते थे. मेरे ऊपर तो एक बहुत सारी बात नहीं हुई थी कि हम लोग टीचर्स को लेके जाते थे, गार्डन्स में बच्चों को बुलाते थे, 10 फीट के अंतर पर बिठाते थे और पढ़ाते थे. मतलब खाली पेंडेमिक है, हाइब्रिड एजुकेशन है. हाइब्रिड एजुकेशन के साथ यदि हम लोग बच्चों के सामने नहीं खड़े होते तो हमारा इमोशंस बच्चों को कैसा मिलेगा? हमारी जो वाइब्रेशंस है, तो बच्चों को वो वाइब्रेशंस जाना बहुत ज़रूरी है. तो ये सब चीज़ें हैं कि बच्चों को सामने लाके पढ़ाना भी उतना ही ज़रूरी है जैसे हाइब्रिड एजुकेशन है. मेरे पास तो अभी 5-6 डिजिटल रूम्स है, उसका बहुत अच्छा यूज होता है. लेकिन उसको यदि आउट ऑफ डिजिटल का कोई सवाल आता है तो उसके सामने टीचर भी होना चाहिए. विदाउट टीचर हाउ कैन ही सॉल्व इट? हमारे पास गूगल है, सब कुछ है, फिर भी टीचर जिस ढंग से बता सकता है उस ढंग से गूगल तो नहीं बताएगा. ये सब चीजें हैं. पेंडेमिक में बहुत सारा काम किया, बहुत सारा काम किया. इवन बीएमसी के टीचर्स, प्रिंसिपल्स, उनकी ड्यूटी लगाई गई थी. पेंडेमिक में कॉल आता था, भाई कि आप कहाँ हो, कैसे हो, कोई प्रॉब्लम है तो हम लोग आपको हेल्प करते थे. खास करके टीचर्स की ड्यूटी लगाई गई थी. वार्ड में से हमारे ऑफिसर भी सामने बैठे, उनकी भी ड्यूटी लगाई गई थी. हर एक को 1 महीना ड्यूटी थी. वो प्रिंसिपल हो, टीचर्स हो, उनको पूछा जाता है आप ड्यूटी करना चाहते हैं? इसने हाँ बोला. और बच्चे, टीचर्स जाते थे, प्रिंसिपल जाते थे, उन्होंने कभी ना नहीं कहा, डरे नहीं कि हम लोगों को डर लगता है. बहुत सारे लोग कल्याण से आते थे, अंबरनाथ से आते थे, बदलापुर से बाय बस आते थे और वो ड्यूटी भी करते थे. इतनी सारी चीज़ें पेंडेमिक में की गई है. बच्चों के साथ तो हम लोग विजिट करके ही, कॉल करके, यदि जिसके पास मोबाइल नहीं है, डिजिटल मोबाइल नहीं है, तो ऐसे सादे मोबाइल पे कॉल करके आपको क्या प्रॉब्लम है, आपका एजुकेशन कैसे चल रहा है, किस ढंग से आप पढ़ना चाहते, उसके सवालों के जवाब भी मोबाइल पर देते थे. तो इसका एक परसेंटेज था, 30-40% भी कुछ स्कूल में थे. कुछ स्कूल में 50% बच्चे ऐसे थे जिनके पास अच्छा वाला मोबाइल नहीं था, डिजिटल मोबाइल नहीं था. तो ये सब चीज़ें करते थे. थैंक यू सर. फ्रांसिस सर, थैंक यू.
I think the whole, I really applaud because I saw their journey. So when I'm just bringing a context because when hybrid learning came up, we are only thinking about teaching and learning, right? The well-being of the child is also a larger part, right? And the way the municipal schools and the government schools got involved into ensuring, I also am working with private schools. We have not done enough as private schools, I feel, right? The way they went, because they had a duty to play. So in hybrid learning, it's also ensure that, sometimes they're sitting on technology, but we are also responsible for the well-being of children, right? So I just wanted to bring that context, and I really applaud all the municipal school teachers who really put in that, because I got infected with COVID twice, and I used to get calls So I used to ask, are you a teacher from which school? So they used to appreciate and they say, yes, sir, we are also calling. So yeah, please, over to you, sir.
Yeah, I think that was quite inspiring. Okay, so as an educator, you know, what basically we need, as in the fundamental principles of learning is like making it interesting, you know. The fundamental principle says that if somebody is able to grasp your attention, right, learning is happening, right? So the essence is to get an attention. And I think inside the classroom or outside the classroom, irrespective of where we belong or where we teach, right, if you are able to get the attention of a child, learning is happening. That's one. Secondly is autonomy. I think a lot to do with students getting selection or they choosing what to learn. I think that is something inside the classrooms, yes, we have got constraints, we have restrictions in terms of subjects, but again, in terms of courses that the students have to take or enroll. So we earlier, I think, had a debate over language, but now you have got so many applications like Duolingo, you have got you know, courses when the children, whatever language they want to choose and pick, they are able to do that. So I think that is autonomy, which hybrid is giving us. And lastly, I think you know, as educators, as teachers, हमें कभी भी time हमेशा कम ही पड़ता है, right? Even for, you know, all the events and everything. So that is, again, you know, I see hybrid also as an extension to the classrooms that we have. So I think that's three things that I mean.
Thank you, ma'am.
Just a quick recap. I've been listening to the dignified speakers. Like he also said, we went hybrid and there was a research done in 2013. Just a small question to go back to ourselves. When do you think did we become hybrid actually? The day voice got transmitted digitally. How many times a daughter who became a daughter-in-law learned over the phone to make a cooking recipe? That was hybrid. Yes? Simple. We were hybrid that day. A mother becomes a mother. She may not know the rhymes. She goes onto the YouTube. You had your smartphones in your hand. You've become hybrid. Hybrid is there with us. It's just that COVID taught us what we had ignored. We talk about knowledge. We talk about content. We talk about skill. COVID taught us action. The next level. How many of us realized the internet is not safe for our children? We just started with Zoom. Anybody could enter our rooms. And then we learned security. How many of us as parents who are educators knew there was a restricted mode on YouTube for our children? No, we don't. How many of us knew the importance of having a McAfee scan or any antivirus scan in our systems? How many times we ignored it before COVID? So knowledge, content, skill, we want to see that in our children. But when the output is the action, is what COVID taught us. So hybrid and online has taught us a lot of things. Yes, there is a teaching-learning gap. But if we see the action part, what was hidden in the children was the only thing which COVID taught us. And it brought it out very beautifully.
Thank you. Thank you.
सर्वांना नमस्कार. मी मराठीतूनच बोलणार आहे. आत्ताच मगर सरांनी सांगितलं की बृहन्मुंबई महानगरपालिका ह्या कोरोना काळामध्ये जवळजवळ 40 चॅनल सुरू केले होते. आणि त्यामध्ये इयत्ता पहिलीच्या वर्गासाठी मी 2 वर्ष ऑब्झर्वर म्हणून काम केलं, मुख्याध्यापक. तर खरंच ही जी पद्धती आहे, ऑनलाईन शिक्षण पद्धती अतिशय चांगली आहे. परंतु काही वेळा त्यात मर्यादा येतात. टाईम लिमिट संपणं किंवा विद्यार्थी जे आहेत ते विद्यार्थ्यांचं कॉन्सन्ट्रेशन राहत नाही. एका जागी बसण्याची मुलांची कॅपॅसिटी नसते. आणि आत्तापर्यंत जेवढं काही आता इथे चर्चा झालेली आहे की विद्यार्थ्यांमधील जी एकाग्रता आहे ती ह्या कोरोना काळात खूपच कमी झालेली आहे. चंचलता वाढलेली आहे, एका जागी विद्यार्थी स्थिर बसत नाहीत आणि ऑनलाईन शिक्षणापेक्षाही वर्गामध्ये जेव्हा विद्यार्थी शिकतात त्यावेळेला शिक्षक त्यांना कंट्रोल करतात. आणि ऑनलाईन याला मर्यादा अशी येते की आपली बाळं एवढी हुशार झालेली आहेत की टीचर्स ओरडायला लागल्या की लगेच व्हिडिओ ऑफ. आणि हा अनुभव मी कोरोना काळात 2 वर्ष घेतलेला आहे. ऑनलाईन अध्यापन पद्धतीचे फायदे जसे आहेत तसेच तोटेसुद्धा आहेत. त्याचं मी एक छोटंसं उदाहरण देईल की एक रामदास आव्हाड नावाचे एक कवी आहेत आणि त्यांची छोटीशी कविता आहे. तर एका शिक्षिकेने ती कविता शिकवण्यासाठी डायरेक्ट त्यांना इन्व्हाइट केलं होतं आणि प्रत्यक्ष कवीला पाहून विद्यार्थ्यांच्या मनामध्ये ज्या काही भावना जागृत झाल्या, जो काही त्यांना आनंद झाला तो अवर्णनीय होता. आणि हा खरंच फायदा आहे की ऑनलाईन शिक्षणाचा फायदा जो आहे तो हा आहे की आपण विद्यार्थ्यांना ह्या ज्या पद्धती ज्या आहेत ऑनलाईन शिक्षण पद्धती, तर त्यामध्ये आपण जास्तीत जास्त लोकांचा सहभाग घेऊ शकतो. दुसरा एक फायदा होता की आपण जेव्हा वर्गामध्ये शिकवतो विद्यार्थ्यांना तेव्हा फक्त आणि फक्त विद्यार्थी आपल्यासमोर असतात, परंतु ऑनलाईन शिक्षणामध्ये त्या विद्यार्थ्याबरोबर घरातले इतर सर्वजण ते बसून आणि ऑनलाईन लेसन पाहत होते. म्हणजे त्या विद्यार्थ्याची आई असेल, वडील असेल, आजी आजोबा ते सुद्धा ऑनलाईन ह्याच्यामध्ये भाग घेत होते. दुसरा एक तोटा असा आहे की विद्यार्थ्यांना विषय जे आहेत मराठी भाषा, मराठी आहे, नंतर गणित किंवा सायन्स जे विषय आहे, तर त्याच्यापेक्षा अदर ॲक्टिव्हिटी ज्या आहेत, क्राफ्ट आहे किंवा PT आहे, तर ह्याच्यामध्ये मुलांना इंटरेस्ट असतो. मी पहिलीच्या वर्गामध्ये पाहिलं तर जेव्हा असे काही तास असायचे त्यावेळेला मुलांची 100% उपस्थिती. क्राफ्टच्या एखाद्या मॅडम शिकवत आहेत तिथे 100% उपस्थिती. तर असंही असतं. आणि वर्गामध्ये मात्र तिथे त्या विद्यार्थ्यांना ते सर्व विषय हे शिकावेच लागतात. म्हणजे काही ठिकाणी ऑनलाईनमध्ये मर्यादाही आहेत आणि चांगल्याही गोष्टी आहेत. तर मला वाटतं ऑनलाईन हे नक्कीच 21व्या शतकातील ह्या ज्या विद्यार्थी आहेत आणि ह्या विद्यार्थ्यांसाठी खरंच निश्चितच चांगली गोष्ट आहे ही. परंतु त्याचबरोबर कंट्रोलिंगसाठी आणि योग्य तेथे योग्य वेळी मार्गदर्शन करण्यासाठी शिक्षक समोर हवाच, असं माझं मत आहे. धन्यवाद.
थँक्यू. I'll request Amitav to please summarize the panel, so that we can.
Can we have 5 minutes more, if that allows?
We have exceeded.
It's almost 40, right?
So maybe we can take 1 or 2 questions.
Okay. No, I just wanted to have something concrete. The reason behind it, since
Please.
When they started, or probably
5 minutes.
When we started hybrid, that point of time everybody was new. Over a period of time, we all have evolved. I'm sure there are certain mistakes we all have done as an educator. There are certain things we have learned, and there are certain things we feel that something can be done better. Maybe very quick one mistake, and how we are evolving a good action point, a very quick rapid fire. Probably, they all can relate, we all can relate.
Maybe just a sentence, quick.
Just a sentence, this is something I have done wrong, and this is something as an action point I want to evolve.
You're sitting in the current show.
As a rapid fire.
All right, so I think,
please.
If I start with, one of the ideas we did was to go off with written diaries. That was not happening for last 2 years. So we continued that we will not have school diaries or almanac as it's called. I don't know that it's a mistake or this thing, but we are getting both the opinions. So I think it would be interesting to,
Sure.
hear from the educators what's their opinion on that.
No, we'll not go deeper. We'll go with other thoughts. Please. Ma'am, your mic. But you can be heard.
My voice is big enough.
Now mic is also on.
Okay, one interesting thing which we can just share, the good part that we learnt was that teachers should give an opportunity to children to explore. There was suddenly the principal said, मुझे ये लेसन पढ़ाया है आज 10th स्टैंडर्ड को और मुझे इसके ऊपर कल असेंबली में एक छोटा सा स्किट चाहिए. टीचर सेड, मैम इतना जल्दी कैसे हो पाएगा? We can't do it. Students stood up. It was 10th standard students. They said, मैम हो जाएगा. I said, कैसे हो जाएगा? हो जाएगा. Next day in the morning when they came with an audio where they had gone home. One of the child had written the skit, distributed to all the children, did the recording, the other person did the assembly. They decided how they are going to present that Nelson Mandela racial presentation. And the audio was run. They made a beautiful presentation in the assembly. So the best part which we learned was allow them to experiment, they will learn.
And also recognize that their speed is faster than us. Yes. And recognize that they have the capability to do many more things. Yeah, please.
Hello. So two things. One is the best part was we started Synergy Talks. And that was done by the students. And now it is still going on. And once a month. And now we reach around 50,000 viewers in rural part. So Synergy Talks, that's one thing. The second thing where we failed is like the students now are digital natives and we are digital migrants. And that is where the resources which we were planning to have at our school, the teachers are still finding it tough to match the speed of the students to be digital natives. Yeah. So that is what we are feeling, but we know we'll pull up with some new things, new innovations, and that's what we all believe in. Tradition plus innovation has to go in a long way.
Sure. Thank you. Yes, sir.
Yeah, what I think that we should give more critical thinking, brainstorming questions and situation to the student to explore, and in the same time we should be also ready to do that. Thank you.
Sure. Thank you.
Well, I came from the technology background, and we have concentrated more on this online when the COVID thing has started, and even before that. What I realize, or we realize in our organization, is basically it's not student, even the teachers are very skillful. Why is that? Because when we started, or when we brought in our technology, we were running the digital content online, which was reaching to all the students, running fine, yes, good content. Eventually, we just as a experiment, we thought that why not to give this a tool to the teacher to create their own content. And let me tell you the experience of the admiring part is the teacher have created so beautiful content because it is their core area. Example, there is a probability lecture which was created by a BMC teacher, which was so nice. We are still keeping for the demonstration for our during normal course of operations. Okay, so I think this is what something which is, so there are many skills which are also hidden into a teacher. They can make content more engaging.
Sure, thank you.
Also, we did away with a lot of paper, saving paper. And we had these digital, we had this digital teacher books. So we had this young teacher who had joined us, and she kept on repeating these two quotes. Ma'am, mobile school mein allowed nahi, ab to school hi mobile mein hai. So let's just get acquainted to the mobile. So I said, ma'am, what are you trying to say? And she said, we are less smarter people using 2 smartphones. And believe me, she got all the teachers hooked to filling the teacher book absolutely digital, lesson plans absolutely digital, and she comes with a small bag to school, ensuring teachers are not burdened. And that is her way to lessen the burden, and that makes teachers smile. They access it where they want. So like I said earlier, it's a boon in every single way, the way you look at it.
Sure. Amita, you want to summarize? Yeah, please.
One mistake that we educators do. We sometimes ignore the shy child in the class. Hybrid learning gave us a very beautiful picture that if given an opportunity, with their technical skills, they were able to give their best.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So again, the same thing.
Sure.
Let them go by the action and not by their words. Thank you.
But the day we look at the action, the outcome of what we've given to them, the end result matters.
Thank you. Now I think we will have to finish the panel discussion because the lunch counter is ready.
Yes, thank you so much. I think the first part was interesting. We did have a debate that when we started versus whether it was right or wrong. And second part was more interesting because a lot of good ideas came. I'm sure there are a lot of igniters has happened. I think the way I look at it, the hybrid learning, I think I would like to summarize this way. Probably you, the educator, will kick me out of the room. Or what I say always, more study, more confusion. Less study, less confusion. No study, no confusion. You know why? The problem comes with the word teaching. The problem comes with the stuff as learning. Learning comes with a lot of pressure. Let them learn. We expect them to learn. That's okay. But where is the connect? The hybrid, when Richard was talking, yes, the hybrid has taught the students what they are liking. They have actually gone ahead with that. They have started liking those things. So the brilliant way, if we can use the hybrid in the learning, we can map that learning, then it will not be study. It will be a self-learning. Nothing better than the self-learning. We are mere facilitator. We just want to see, हमको पढ़ाना है. हमको क्यों पढ़ाना है? वो पढ़ेंगे. All kids, be it school or university or college or IIT, whatever it is, they all work like a switch. If there is a connect, the switch is on. If there is no connect, switch is off. Let's see how we can take the discussion ahead. Hopefully you got have some good learning, and thank you all the panelists and Francis for all the valid inputs.
Thank you,
so
and
much.
I hope you remember today is National Education Day. So wishing all of you the best for today, and very important discussion on a very important day. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. I request the panelists to kindly be seated. I would like to request Mr. Shrish Nandeshwar, the Chief Operating Officer of Valuable Edutainment, to kindly come forward and facilitate our amazing panel. As they have rightly discussed, I think this generation is spoiled for choices of learning resources. But then if we learn to use this technology effectively, probably we will be able to break the clutter and reach their minds and hearts. So yes, with this, I request Mr. Shrish to first felicitate our very eminent moderators, 𝗟𝗶𝗸𝗲 and Sir Francis Joseph. 𝗟𝗶𝗸𝗲? No. One more is coming for you, sir. One more is coming for you. Okay, because it is hybrid, they are sharing it. Then we have Sir Francis Joseph, followed by the felicitation of Dr. 𝗙𝗶𝗸𝗲. Then we have Sandeepan Reddy, Mr. Sandeepan Reddy. I would like to request Ms. Nivedita Naik to kindly receive the award. Next we have Sahil Syed. The other panelist we would like to felicitate is Richa Kumar. Followed by the felicitation of Ms. Jigna Jagdish Khayani. Ms. Mansi Motiram Vaze. Followed by the felicitation of Mr. Sanjay Chavan. And of course, the last person who completed the panel, Mr. Sanjay Nandi.